All right, let's talk about something that might feel a little, well, a little uncomfortable, but it's so important. We're going to dive into the act of choosing yourself. And no, this isn't about being selfish. This is about finally ending a silent, exhausting pattern that so many of us fall into every single day.
So let me just ask you this, and be honest with yourself. When was the last time you said yes to something? A favor, a project, a last-minute plan, when every single part of you was screaming no? That tiny moment, right there, is the heart of what we're exploring today. It's the habit of abandoning ourselves.
To really get a handle on this, I want to tell you a simple story that just perfectly captures the high price we pay for constantly putting ourselves last.
So picture this. In a beautiful forest, there's this little bird named Chintu. And Chintu was known for being the kindest, most helpful bird around. I mean, every single day, he was out there helping everyone else, finding sticks for the owl, grabbing food for the sparrows, you name it. Everyone in the forest just loved him. But here's the catch. While Chintu was playing hero for the entire forest, his own life was kind of falling apart. He never got around to fixing the holes in his own nest, so when it rained, he got soaked. His bright, shiny feathers started to look dull and tired because he was just too busy to take care of himself.
And then, well, the inevitable happened. One morning, Chintu was just too weak and sick to even leave his nest. He'd given everything he had away, and now there was nothing left. He chirped for help, but no one came. The one who had helped everybody was now totally alone and completely depleted. His cup was just empty.
Chintu's story really forces us to face this huge myth that makes us act just like him. You know the one. We've all been taught that putting ourselves first is selfish. But when you look at Chintu, you have to ask, is that really what's going on here?
This right here completely reframes the whole issue. The myth, what we're told, is that choosing yourself is something you do against other people. But the reality, putting yourself last, over and over, is an act of self-betrayal. It's an act against yourself. You're basically abandoning your own needs, your own truth.
And this quote, wow, it just nails the internal damage this does. See, every single time you push down what you need to please someone else, you're sending a little message to yourself. And that message is, you don't matter. And over time, all those little messages build up until you actually start to believe it.
Okay, so if the problem is this unconscious habit of self-betrayal, then what's the solution? Well, it all comes down to one really powerful idea: cultivating presence.
So what is presence? It's simply creating a little bit of space, a pause, between someone asking you for something and you automatically reacting. Instead of just blurting out yes out of habit, presence lets you check in with yourself first and ask, okay, wait, what's actually true for me in this moment?
And you can actually start building this skill with 3 really simple steps. First, just pause. Don't answer right away. Second, in that pause, listen. What's your gut telling you? Does the idea make you feel tight and stressed or open and good? And third, honor what you find, even if that means saying no and feeling a little awkward for a second. That discomfort is temporary, but the damage from self-betrayal lasts a lot longer.
Now, I know the biggest fear here. We think, if I start choosing myself, I'm going to ruin my relationships. But what's so fascinating is that it's actually the exact opposite. When you stop betraying yourself, your connections don't just survive, they transform for the better.
I mean, just look at what happens. That resentment you feel from always saying yes, it starts to dissolve. Boundaries just kind of form naturally, without a big fight. You stop needing other people's approval so much, which, ironically, makes your relationship stronger. And maybe best of all, you start giving from a place of genuine fullness, not from a place of scraping the bottom of the barrel.
And here's the bottom line. You might disappoint a few people, sure, but you get yourself back. The right people, the ones who truly value you, they won't leave. They'll respect you even more for it because they get to have a relationship with the real you, not the version that's just trying to please them.
And this brings us right back to our little bird, Chintu, and the really hard lesson he had to learn about pouring from a full cup.
It's such a simple metaphor, but it is so true. You just can't give what you don't have. You can't offer energy when you're exhausted. You can't give genuine care when you haven't taken care of yourself. It's impossible to pour for others when your own cup is bone dry.
So, if you walk away with just one thing from this, let it be this. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It's the most basic, fundamental act of taking care of your own life, your energy, and your well-being. It is the foundation for absolutely everything else.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to take with you. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. What is one small, totally manageable way that you can choose yourself? Maybe it's taking 5 minutes to just sit in silence. Maybe it's saying no to one tiny request. What's it going to be for you?